Hey y'all, I wanted to come on here today and talk to you guys about how I make my labels and QR codes. Okay, so if you have not heard in your business, I promise you this will not be the last time you hear that it is super important to label every single thing that you send out, whether that be flyers, catalogs, brochures, or even products. Label your wax bars, label things like that as well. So today I'm going to show you how to make labels. Now, this could be for the things that I just mentioned, or it could also be for samples, okay, where you actually have to put what you are sampling and let them know how to use the product, etc. And then I'm going to show you how to make QR codes. If you don't know what a QR code is, it is a little image that your customers or anyone who sees it can take their smartphone and they can hover over with their phone's camera. They can hover over that image and it will automatically pull up whatever the QR code link is attached to, whatever URL it is attached to, it's going to pull that up. Okay. It's going to pull that website up. So if you want to take them directly to your join page, it'll pull it straight up. If you want it to take them directly to a product on your website, it'll pull them up. If you have a link tree or a milkshake website, then you can obviously, use that as well. To get them to pull that up too. So I'm going to teach you how to make labels and QR codes today, and I hope that this is helpful and just benefits you and your business. So I do a lot of my label work on Canva and Avery. Honestly, all of it. If you are a beginner, if you are brand new, I would probably just stick to Avery. Avery is super simple and easy, and it's kind of nice to only be able to have to worry about using one website instead of two. Um, Let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen for just a second and show you the labels that I purchase. So I get my labels from either Amazon or an office supply store like Staples or Office Max, anywhere like that. Staples is the closest to me. They also sell them at Walmart, I believe. I haven't checked to see who has the best prices, but you could probably bet on Amazon having the best prices. So ones that I use quite often are going to be the Avery 8160. They are the 1 by 2 and 5/8. And these are the address labels. Okay, so these are the ones that you would put like in the top of a envelope that you're sending out. So that's the 8160. So you'll see the number whenever you go to the store to purchase. And this one's going to be the 30 labels per sheet. So I get these a lot. I've started purchasing these a lot as well. These are the square matte white labels. They're 2 by 2s. And this number is 22806. So sometimes it'll pop up in random places. But this has a total of 300 labels, and labels are definitely, I wouldn't say pricey for the amount that you get, but yeah, I mean, you're going to be, spending your money on labels quite often, especially if you're labeling everything. And then this is number 8463. These are the bigger labels. These are only 10 labels to a sheet, and this is what I use if I'm like labeling a catalog and I want to put, you know, a lot of information and detail on there. So these are the 2x4s. So that is what the labels I get. Okay, and those are the ones that I use often. Here's the square ones that I just mentioned. I don't know if you can see, but they actually are like they peel and stick. So you just get the size that you think that you want or need for your samples, and then purchase them, and then you can go home and make them. So it's super important that you know the number, okay, for what you are trying to label. So for instance, for my address labels, I love to use these for harvest brochures or any brochures that we get, the monthly brochures that we get, the ones that look like this. I love to use them for these to put my information on the back, just right there. It's like the perfect size. Okay, so how this works is you'd open your labels up, and like I said, you're going to want to pay attention to the number. That's super important. You get your blank labels out of the package. So this number is 8160. So now I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, and I'm going to go to avery.com. Avery is a free website that you can use. You can purchase your labels and then create them and print them at home, or they will print them. I've never had them print them for me, but I've never heard bad things about Avery, but I just prefer to go ahead and print them myself. I hate waiting for things. So what I do is you make a free account. I'm already logged into mine, but make an account and they can actually save your templates, which is really nice. So once you make a label, you don't have to keep going back and making labels. So I like to go to find a template. And then you're going to put in the number, okay, just like that. And then you click start designing unless you want them to print for you. But let's just say that you're doing like I'm doing and you are printing. So you're going to click start and select this design. Oops. Okay, and then you would go ahead and start designing. So you can easily go to add a text box, and let's just say you wanted to put in your name and your number and your email. You could then center it however you wanted to. You could change the color. You could even change the font. It really does have everything that you need right there available and ready. And then if you wanted to create an image, you could use the Avery gallery, and they have tons of images to look at and choose from. Or you could choose, you could go to Google Photos, or you could choose from your computer if you wanted to like save an image from Google and then, you know, upload it from there. But if you're just starting out, you guys, and you just want something simple where you don't have to sit there and get writer's cramp writing your name, number, and email over and over and over again, or even possibly your website link, then this is just really simple way to go ahead and then print. So then what you would do is just preview and print, make sure that everything is in the lines like it is supposed to. Then you'd click print it yourself and get PDF to print. And this is where it'll ask you if you want to save your design. I highly recommend that you save it, and you can name it whatever you want. We'll just do everything label. You would save it to your account, and then it's always going to be back on your account. Once you've saved it, you can go ahead and open up the PDF. And then if you have an inkjet printer, that's another thing that I forgot to mention. So on your labels, it will also either say inkjet or laser. Most of the time people have inkjet printers, but if you don't have an inkjet printer, you have a laser printer, then obviously get the laser one. Mine's inkjet, and I have to put mine down, but I know some printers you put it right facing up, so you might have to see how you have to put it into the printer. I have to put mine upside down. So at this point, I would put them in my printer, and then I would just go ahead up here and click print and run it through, and then my labels would be created. So that is how you create basic beginner, I just want to get my information on this stuff so I can get it out the door labels. Now let's say you are, trying to get a little bit fancier and you want to create something more. So I'm going to go ahead and just, okay. So at that point, that is when I use Canva. I love to use Avery if I'm just needing something quick and easy. But I will tell you guys that Canva is amazing at creating labels and flyers and images and just anything. As you can see, I use it a lot. So here is where I keep most of my labels. Now I did not create and come up with the design for all of these. I can't remember who exactly created these, but I love them. And so now I use them. They shared them. So that's awesome. But these are some that are already pre-made. So these are like sample labels that I can go in and edit. I actually edited this one today because I'm going to be making some vanilla mint dish soap samples later on. So yeah, that's how these look right here. Now, let me show you how you would make something like this yourself. So I'm just going to start with a blank piece. Now, I don't really pay attention too much to the sizing because what I'm going to do is either screenshot or save this image and then I'm going to upload it to Avery. Okay, so it's super awesome that I can do that. But let me show you kind of what you would do. So you can come over to the text box, and the reason I love Canva so much is because they have a ton of images and just little, things like the arrows and a ton of colors and fonts that you can use. So I have Canva Pro. I actually just upgraded to Canva Pro this month, I think. And the only reason I really did it was because I wanted the background remover. And it's been worth it in my opinion. And also it never fails whenever I want to use the elements. They always have the ones that I want to use are the ones that you have to pay for. So I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and upgrade to Canva Pro. But only do that, you guys, if you really think that you need it and if you're making enough money in your business to, overcompensate for that, to be able to afford that. Don't pay for Canva Pro if, it's not something that the business is just going to automatically pay for every single month. I just did it because I'm just now really getting into branding and making a lot more flyers and things like that. So that's why I did it. But I've literally been selling since 2019 and it's 2022 and I just got it. So now let's go ahead and just add a heading and like see here it's got I don't know why I added it to that one. That's weird. Hold on. Let's go to this one. I have went ahead and like done a brand kit in Canva, and that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time, but they've went ahead and added my fonts that I use for my particular brand. So I go ahead and add a heading, and let's just say that I am doing, what's one that I have to do today? I have to do the scent of the month for September. I'm going to make some samples of that. So I'm coming up here, making it bigger. So here's how you could make your labels on Canva. So scent of the month. Just like that. And I'm going to do this orange color because it's a really pretty orange color. And now I'm going to go to Gimme Candy Scentsy. I don't know why it's on caps lock. And I'm going to try to find an image. Most of the time I can find the image. Yep. Oh, not Mercari. Okay. Here, this one should work. Yeah, there we go. So I try to find an image that has this background because then when I copy the image and paste it into Canva, it's not going to have a background at all. So let's see. There we go. Just like that. It does not have one. And then I'm just going to add another text. I want this to be the color of the bar. So see how it'll kind of look at the photo colors and it'll help you. I love that. And then I'm just going to put the name. Just kind of put it right there. Super cute. Yeah, that'll work. And make this a little bigger. Okay, and then what can I do then? Just gonna say scan here, since I'm showing you guys how to do the QR codes, to no, I'm gonna say 10% off. Here to view. Okay, just like that. And if you want to see, this spacing right here is a little bit big for me. So I'm just going to press this button and move them closer. And then you can add effects as well. So I kind of like to make it look darker sometimes. And for this one, I'm also going to add this shadow effect. Yeah, I kind of like that. Yeah, that looks good. And then you can go ahead and go to elements and add a little arrow. Okay, so I just added this arrow. I don't know why. Oh, it must have been white. I don't know why it wasn't. Okay, so I'm going to change it. Actually, I kind of like it black. And I want to flip this. So I'm going to flip it horizontally. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Okay, and now I can create a QR code. So for the QR code, what you're going to want to do, I make my QR codes on Canva as well, but another good website is QR Code Monkey. Super simple. You just go to, let me show you in case you want to do it on the website. Because I'm not sure if the QR code is only free on Canva Pro. But you can type in just QR code generator and a ton of websites pop up. But when I used to do this, I would type in the QR code monkey. I would simply grab, let's say I wanted to do my website. I would copy that. I would enter it into the URL. Okay, and then I would create the QR code. It would pop up and then you can download the PNG and upload it to Canva. And if you ever need to upload anything to Canva, you're just going to go to uploads, upload files, and then grab the file that you want, and all of your uploads will come up just like this. But if you want Canva to make it for you, then I just go to elements, I type in QR code, and then this will pop up that says use app. Type in your URL. So I'm going to go to my website, perfectscentswithbeth.scentsy.us, and then I'm going to go to specials and I'm going to click on scent and warmer of the month. And I'm going to take this link and go back to Canva. Type in the URL and then click generate. And just like that, it has popped up for me. Move this over. You kind of have to play around with it and just, there we go. Perfect. And then if you want to be, I always try to make sure that my QR code is pretty big because I want it to scan easily with their phone. Just like that. And then let's say you're like, okay, it's a little bit dull over here or dull down here. You want to add some candy corn. You can go to Elements and type in candy corn, and literally all of this stuff pops up, which is really cool. So then I could put some candy corn there or put some up here or put it down here or whatever you want to do. I think I actually will just add some right there just to make it look cute. So that is how I make my labels on there. And then what you'll do is go ahead and just download it, or you can easily just screenshot it, whatever you want to do. Sometimes I like to screenshot. And so I'm just going to snapshot this real quick. Oops, it's going to get I had my little zoom image in there. Make sure I have the whole label. And then I'm going to go back to Avery. And I'm going to click templates, find a template. And for this one, I'm going to be actually, man, I messed up. I was going to be doing these, but it's fine. I will just do these. So 8160, I'll just use those labels for something else. And click start designing. And then literally super simple, you would just click image, add image, and then browse go to your recents, snag that photo, and you could simply go ahead and make your label. Okay, and that one actually might be too small. I don't know. It looks pretty good. Yeah. So then you would just preview and it'll tell you, it'll say warning. Most of the time, as long as you don't see anything that's really outside of the lines, you're going to be good to go. But you can do a preview. And when you print these, it is going to print, and that is what's going to be on here. So then when you make your sample, you can take off the label and stick it onto, if you have it in a baggie or if you have it on a little bottle, whatever that you want to do, just like that. Okay, and then same thing if you want to have a label that is, just stating your name. So what I would do at that point is, let's see. If I just want to make some labels for like my harvest brochures, shop harvest. Not. See. Oops. There we go. I wanted that to be easier to read. And I would also put like my phone number on here. And then And you can go to the harvest collection. So then I would go to collections, harvest, copy that. And there's a lot of like orange on here. I kind of like that. That's super folly. So then this is page 13. This is page 13. So you could also, to download it, do page 13. So I would click download and it will automatically do all pages, but you can unclick that and just download page 13 if you have multiple. So I download it just like that. Then I would go back to Avery. Let's see, choose design. And it's up there for me. And then boom, just like that, I have a label. So that is how you make labels, and that is also how I make QR codes as well. So then I would put it in the printer, print these out, and then I am good to go and all set. Just remember to make sure, to save your ones that you're going to be using a lot. So obviously for these, since the harvest collection is just for a season, I probably wouldn't save them. But if this was for a catalog season and it just had scan here to shop my website, or if this was something that I just had a generic product label that says, thank you for your order, scan here to repurchase. Something like that, you could obviously save and keep reusing over and over. So I really hope that this helped you guys, and follow for more. Subscribe. Bye.